Hi everybody, it's me, Tina Zee, your favorite gender non-conforming ukulelist and vocalist. And guess what? Guess what? I'm AB positive. Yay! That's my blood type. AB positive. That's something about me. Tina Zee, why are you telling us that? Who cares? That should be your response. Or it should be, oh, you're AB positive. That's slightly interesting. That should be your response at best. It is. It's my blood type. It's rare too. It's between 3 and 4% of the population have AB positive. Woo! I'm special. No, it's nothing. It's blood type. I was born with it. Where are you going with that, Tina Zee? Guess what, everybody? I'm trans. Can you see the correlation here? It was also something I was born with, and it's just a difference. It's not something that makes me special. It's not something that makes me better or worse. It just is. It's like my blood type. Just is. It's rare. I can give you that. AB positive is rare. Being trans is rare. Yes, I can say yes to both of those things, but that doesn't make it better or worse. It just is. And I would love someday to live in a society where those two things about me would be looked upon with equal sort of ho-humness, nonchalance, mostly shoulder shrugs. I would like that to happen someday because those two things, me being AB positive, me being trans, are just things. They're just semi-interesting pieces of information about me, okay? So, I'm bringing this up because I wrote this song called I Is What I Is. And, thanks to PD Mac for sharing with me that phrase. And as soon as he said it, it stuck with me, and that kind of started this whole process of me writing this song. So thanks, PD Mac. So the song is basically me talking about coming to the realization that my transness is like my blood type. It's just there. It just is. And so instead of trying to hide it, instead of trying to fight it, instead of being shamed by it, and all kinds of horrible things that many trans people do with their transness, I just decided to go, hey, I is what I is, and so I'm gonna love me, because that's the healthiest option of all. You should love yourself. Yay! And so that's where the song came about. Now, I don't want to be salty in my intro. You know me, I'm Little Miss Sparkle Bottoms. That's not a thing. I'm usually happy, very cheerful, but I've been beaten down recently because for whatever reason, and I don't want to get into politics, but for whatever reason, transgender people are now the enemy of a lot of other people. And it's just exhausting. It's exhausting every day to open your social media or read a newspaper or see a news program and to see people discussing your existence as a debate. It would be like if you have a blood type that's kind of rare to every single day see people saying that because of your blood type you shouldn't be around children, or that you're a pervert, or just so many awful things. And it's especially tiresome and frustrating. I'm trying to take a breath here. I don't want to be salty. I don't want to be angry. That's what salty means, in case you didn't know. It's especially frustrating for two reasons. The first is, I'm trying to be careful with my wording here. It shows it almost all the time shows a willful ignorance on the part of the person who's arguing that if you're born with these parts, then you're a boy, and if you're born with these parts, you're a girl, period, and that's science. Well, fuck no, it's not science. It isn't by a long stretch. And it would be super easy to get on your Google machine and research some of this basic information that science has discovered, is discovering, and will continue to discover as we go along studying transgender people. And I'm not going to get into it, but it's brain development is gendered, and it happens in utero. And just because you have some physical parts to your developing body, sometimes the brain doesn't develop in accordance with. And we know this as scientific fact. This isn't guesswork. And so when you hear those arguments and you just think, hey, get on Google and educate yourself. What you're saying is not decided upon science. If you have this, you're this. It's not. It's willful ignorance. And in this day and age when so much good information is available, to be willfully ignorant is so frustrating. That's reason number one. Reason number two is it shows an immense lack of empathy. Empathy is my thing. Empathy is my gem. And so, even some allies of trans people look at the science and say, see, this was the piece of science I was waiting for to really stand behind my transgender friends and blah, 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 and stand with them, whatever. And I appreciate that. I appreciate where they are. I appreciate allies very much. However, just believe transgender people. Just believe us. When we tell you, you don't need scientific evidence. I'm not lying about myself. I'm telling you my truth. That forever, my entire existence, my parts didn't exactly match up with what my brain is. Believe me, that's empathy. When you listen to somebody and you trust that they're telling you their truth. That's empathy. And for people to just not do that and dismiss me and say, you don't know what you're talking about when you describe your own existence. Just what? How do you say that? I would never in my entire life say that to somebody else. Oh, you're telling me about yourself? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Here's what here's what your truth really is. Oh my gosh. How do you... I'm getting salty. Take a breath. So, those are the two reasons I'm... Well, that and the constant barrage of the debate about my life. It's just... I'm exhausted by it. I'm exhausted by it. And if you're an ally, I'm asking you, as a favor, please, just put your foot down. When someone says, well, if you have this, then you're this, period. You need to put your foot down. I shouldn't say you need to. I'm asking, please, as an ally, to put your foot down and say, that's not the science. And if you can help them Google. But just say, that's not the science. Please Google current science and transgender people, or whatever, anything along those lines. And they'll come up with scholarly research articles about where we are with things, and likely where we're going with things, based on where we were and how it is and where it looks like we're going. Okay? Please. And then, slap somebody if they're not being empathetic. Really. Don't slap anybody. No physical altercations. But remind people that empathy is a skill that you should practice. And part of practicing empathy is listening to somebody's description of their own life and saying, okay, I've never lived that, but I'm going to believe you, that that's your truth. Remind people that that's what empathy is. Anyway, here is my song about self-love. It's called I Is What I Is. And I hope you like it. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Today when I awoke, I had this brave thought. I believe I'd like to grow taller. So I squeezed my eyes tight, I wished with all my might. Nothing happened and I wanted to holler. Hey, why didn't I grow? You gotta tell me so. I want nothing more than to dunk a ball. But a small voice inside whispered an inch above my pride. You were created just so, and that's all. So I wrote up a new list of wishes. I wanna fly with the birds, speak foreign words, hold my breath, swim with the fishes. Further up, more, I gotta ask a bit more. I wanna write flowers with my left hand. One final touch, if it isn't too much. Could I look inside and understand? Why is what I is and I ain't what I ain't? There ain't no in between. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't, and that's fine by me. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. Well, me and that voice, we went back and forth till I forgot whose side I was on. But the message went out without any doubt. If they hate who I is, then they're wrong. Cause all beauty and light, that small voice is right. I can't change who I'm meant to be. One day I'll be strong and I'll sing out my song. Hey, look out world, this is me. Cause I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. There ain't no in between. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't, and that's fine by me. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. Keep fighting yourself cause you ain't like no one else. Shout to the sky, hold your head high, let me hear you cry. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. There ain't no in between. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't, and that's fine by me. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. I is what I is and I ain't what I ain't. I is what I is, I ain't what I ain't. Woo! Woo! That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye.